Today is election day. It is November 4th. And the big question is, should I even go out and vote today? Right? Like, I get it. We're conservatives. We love the Constitution. The US is a democracy. I know, I've heard it. It's my civic duty. It's the least that you can do. Get out and vote. I've heard it all. I've been a dutiful voter my entire life. First 30 years of my life, I dutifully voted for Republicans because I bought into the propaganda of the right and believed that, well, there were good guys and bad guys, and the good guys were the R's and the bad guys were the D's. And, I fell into that trap for quite some time. Started my show, analyzed the news for 2 years in the political cycles, and realized it was all a scam. And yeah, that was like 12 years ago. So now I am firmly black pilled, but as you all know, also white pilled. Because in order to have nice things and in order to secure authentic, genuine liberty for our children, in order to protect our founding documents and our Constitution and this system of government, though it has been severely corrupted, one of the best systems if it's actually utilized and put in place, we can do that. But the only way to get to the white pill is to accept the fact that this system is rigged. Now, I would say this. I would be more likely to vote in local and state elections because they are closer to the people than I would in national elections. And I am seriously considering completely boycotting the next presidential election because that's how rigged I think it is. But the question is, why would I participate, or why would we participate in what we know to be a completely fraudulent pageant of absolute absurdity, which is likely rigged, right? And even if it's rigged in our favor, say you are still a D or an R and you buy into the trope of the two-party system and democracy in America, right? Even if your guy wins, right? So say the election is rigged in your favor this time, and you get the big V for the candidate or the party that you have selected, right? Even when you get your guy in, nothing changes. Government still grows, corruption still increases. We have profligate spending, debt spending, a shredding of our Constitution on a regular basis. We get to choose the fascism of the right or the communism of the left. Everyone's asking me about Mamdani in New York City. And apparently he's a leftist communist. We've seen this before. And everyone on the right is freaking out, but they have no problem with the fascist in the White House, right? Donald Trump expanding the power of the executive branch of the government, full-scale shutdown. So our legislative branch isn't even functioning. We still haven't gotten the Epstein files. Doesn't matter which president is in office. And the entirety of right-wing media wants you to focus on a mayoral election in New York City. Okay, so this guy apparently is a communist. I say let New York City deal with the communists that they elect. I mean, what are we going to do? But it doesn't even matter. If you got a Republican, then you'd get their version of totalitarianism. It doesn't matter whether it's left or right. You still get the isms, whether it's socialism, communism, totalitarianism, collectivism, all of the isms. There's always a Democrat and a Republican brand. They just wrap it in different marketing. So, that's the big question. Why would I throw my pearls before swine in these elections? Why lend consent to a system that I know to be fraud? Like, it's just fraudulent. And as you guys know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. And in my opinion, in the year 2025 in the United States of America, Americans have lost their damn minds. Because again, we are raging against what is happening to our culture, our society, our economic prosperity, our ability to pursue happiness and to pursue a livelihood. Like, all of that is being ripped away from us systematically as they create that digital control grid and crash our economy. The dream of home ownership being erased in a variety of ways with different schemes that the federal government never seems to care about, and we want to get out of this, but we can't if we continue to play this game and pretend it's any different. So, as we launch the show today, let's keep that in perspective. It is election day. Do we have real democracy in the United States of America? Do we have real choices? Or do they force us to make false choices every single election cycle? And at the end of the day, if you choose a lesser of two evils for a long enough period of time, you end up with just plain evil and wickedness and corruption. And it's right in our faces. Let's talk about Vive Biotics. If you guys are like me, you have dealt with bloating, low energy, or just feeling off in the gut. And as you know, I've been focusing on my gut over the past 3 months, and I can't believe the difference that it makes for me. When you get to that good 85% to 15% good to bad bacteria, you feel so much better. And the first thing that you will notice is a flatter stomach, less bloating, and loads of energy. So I know I'm not alone. And the key here is that your gut is the master switch for so many things: your digestion, immunity, and even your mood. So here's the crazy part: most of us have way too much bad bacteria and not enough good bacteria in our gut. And this is thanks to all sorts of toxins, right? In the atmosphere, land, food, water, you name it, processed foods, stress from the news cycle and the news of the day, and even things like tap water. So this imbalance can mess with your digestion and make you feel sluggish. It can cause skin flare ups and even impact your focus. And so, this is why I'm such a huge fan of Vive Biotics. So, right now, you can try Vive Biotics by going to their website. It is www.perfectorigins.com/SJS VB. That is www.perfectorigins.com/SJS VB. You'll get 25% off your order when you use that promo code JOY at the checkout counter. So I'm a huge fan of Vive Biotics. I'm using it now. My gut has never felt better. Immune system is working, the bloating is gone, and you guys are going to love it too. This is why they're shoving pay to play and the rug pulls and the cronyism in our faces. This is why Donald Trump is having the sit downs with Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates and all of these lefties. This is why he's putting in position of power, the heads, the CEOs of major banks not divesting at all. I mean, they're doing this right in front of our faces. And they're telling us that we can do this to you and there's nothing you can do about it. And that will be true if we continue to lend our consent to the fraudulent power structure that they are shoving in front of our faces on a regular basis. And I just don't know if I'm into it. People are going to freak out. They're going to freak out. But you know what? I don't know.